line at A, and we leg here out to the right. But left shoulder back, chin to the left ear down, left stirrup heavier, left leg pushes the old tail out. And the tail is going out, down center line, well done, sideways to the right. Let the shoulder lead, let the shoulder lead. Well done. And now a circle around X. Yes. And on the circle, a little shoulder in. So we are pushing the tail outward, and we are guiding the withers inward, and we look tall and elegant, and the seat is making a nice slow trot, but keep the shoulder in. Yes, beautiful, soften, always reward. When the horse is doing what you asked, you always yield at the reins to verify and reward the horse's impeccable obedience. That's the only way the horse will want to serve your interest. The horse has to be your friend and your attentive. That's very nice. Shoulder in, buttocks out. Yes. And from B all the way to the corner to M, the shoulder in. And softening both hands. So now look at me. Give both hands for a stride or two. Both. Yes, look at that. The poor animal. Well done. And here on the circle, the 20-meter circle, 1 inch longer rein, because the overflexion tells the rider that he doesn't have enough space to move through his shoulders and through his back, and we are going to tell him that he gets this lovely extra room if he acts in a civilized fashion and not as a hoodlum yelling to the gang members of this secret society of naughty horses. That's very good. Look how he obeys your seat, and he is almost civilized now. It's very, very nice. Very, very nice. And I walk and rest for a moment on a loose rein. He deserves a little reward because the rest period is for the mind, not for the body. And his mind worked for you. Is to tap with the leg. Yeah. Every time he yells, you tap with the leg because the horse should know that it is, how should I say, it's an inattention. Yes, good. Change rein through the center of the circle, and then we'll pick up the contact again. Yeah, it takes a while, you know. It took him 11 years or whatever to get a yeller, to get to be a chitty-chatty gossip monger in the neighborhood. It might take a few days or a week to take it away from him, but you have to tell him to stop yelling. Okay, back to contact, not too short, because then he has to overflex and avoid the contact. So we are going to be always generous in the frame. A horse can be, that's another principle number 4,000 you have to memorize, is that horses can be controlled in a very large variety of frames. You can actually have complete control of a horse on a very excessively long range, so long as you have a longitudinal flexion does not increase your control. It can be as long as this frame and very well controlled. So not sitting, stay on the circle here. Yeah, tap the inside leg. So the inside leg brings on the energy always for the horse to work. Yes. And so exactly. Yes. It could be a little lower down, more like hip to hip. No, that's too high up. But more like right hip to left. More like walking with your buttocks on the saddle. Yes, like that. Does that feel better a little bit? Yeah, because it's lower down that the control is. The shoulder is also legitimate at times because when you take the right shoulder back, you drive the right seat bone. When you take the left shoulder back, you drive the left seat bone. So by rocking your shoulders, you do a very effective driving aid. But sometimes the horse doesn't feel it because the shoulder can be too rapid and too loose. And that's when you go downstairs and you shove at it with buttock to buttock, right buttock, left there. Did you feel it? And then he came to the beat and he comes up in the back. Now you remember that you feel in this circle that he is haunches to the right. He's torquing, his pelvis is to the right of you, yes? So therefore, the two hands should go to the center, the two fists are meeting over his neck or over his withers, and the two fists together bring his withers to the right and put it in front of his right hip. So it's not pulling his face to the right, it's not pulling his neck to the right. It's taking his withers to the right. The shoulder and the withers is brought in. Are you doing it? Because the neck is still too much bent. So you need more outside rein, a shorter field control on the outside rein, and you want to bring his withers in with that straighter. Now you have it. Do you feel it? Yes. Now you have it. Now, how about reading page 17 of Steinbeck's book that says straighten your horse to drive it forward. That's what he's talking about. When a horse is crooked, torquing, the buttocks into the right, and the shoulder escapes to the left, you have to get to the outside rein. You have to bring the shoulder in and put it in front of the phonic hips. You are doing it now. Do you feel it? You see? This is the kind of stuff. And now we go large and we have a fabulous memory. We remember that in the corner at F, he pretends to be seeing a ghost. So we are going to the letter F. Guess what? Shoulder in. Bring the old withers in from the wall. Don't let him be on the wall. Bring the front in. More in. Bring it to the right. Now push the old butt out. Right shoulder back, right leg back, and keep going. Chug along. Because guess what? He forgot to see the spooks. He completely forgot to see them. Why? Because the rider is in control of his alignment. And at C, halt, 4 square. So what I am talking about in this halt is that you will notice he halts. Yeah, just stand there, just like that. Now, with your reins, Just good. And he's down, he's hanging the head down. There. Good. Just like that. Very good. You are doing the right thing. Miniature, tiny adjustments, not big, not big. So he gets the idea that he has to stand. So his haunch is in even at the halt, and he is, of course, when he arches his neck, he looks too far into the right, so you need a straighter neck. Good, good, that's okay. Just don't react. Your authority is to make sure he cannot, don't react. You did too much sawing with the rein, so then he wants to roll back. Just leave it alone, like that. Now fine, and then halt again. Not abruptly, just very subtle aids. Good, and just keep facing that direction. Halt again, and then stroke his left neck, and there. Fingers closed. Just like that. Yes, just like that. Just, you are still good. Just totally non-reactive. Hands down, and don't pull, don't seesaw, don't adjust anything, just you are teaching him one sentence. Halt and don't move. That's all you are teaching him. Halt, don't move. Rub his left neck, touch it. Good. And don't react to any fidgets. Just sit like you are totally bored. You are totally bored. No, you are tapping on him. I saw that. Look at me. Did this. No, 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 no. Down. Yeah. There. And now walk and stroke his neck. Now walk because he stood still for a minute. I mean, you have to tell the horse when he is bad and when he is good. When he halted, now you rewarded him. When he is, you let him move, yeah? And so now we go sitting trot on the circle, trot sitting. Yes. Yes. Trot. Yes, good. And a little more outside rein to straighten the neck more. You notice that he not only bends his neck right, but he tilts the muzzle out to the right, and he lowers his left ear, yeah? So, you have to use your left rein to straighten the neck a little bit, so he cannot arch the neck so far to the right, yeah? Are you going to pull for me a little bit on the left rein? Because we need to straighten his little neck. He goes crooked by escaping on the left shoulder, and that's why the haunches are in. And now that you are beginning to control the left shoulder, you feel a much better control on the left rein. Now you are completely losing the crookedness. He is becoming completely normal. Do you feel it?
Yes.
Because this is homework. I am going to go home and swank out, and then there'll be nobody telling you nice things. So that's why this is homework. You have to always pay attention. The horse is, it's not an occasional crookedness, but the horse habituated it. It's a bit of a habit with him to cut out on the left shoulder. It's like driving a jackknifed semi-truck, yeah? He is out on the left shoulder, but he's looking in, and he is putting his haunches in. So he's the jackknifed truck on the highway. So now you are getting much better. He's much straighter. He has the left rein controlling the left shoulder, so he cannot run out on it. And of course, the hind leg is no longer coming in a mile. But I am serious that you have to do this very importantly. I tell you because it's no longer just crooked in the spine, but he is much shorter stepping on the allow this to become a physical distortion. Could we straighten the neck? Again, the left neck is bulging out, and next time we leave the circle, and we go straight towards the spooks. But you remember, we don't have the spooks there anymore, because we are going to ride him with the outside rein, keeping his neck straight, and the outside rein, neck reins, his withers in, because we call it the shoulder in. And then he has to go towards the spooks with his buttocks leading. Are we leaning back to push his buttocks out? Yes. His buttocks go to the rail and his head is to the right. Well done. Rising trot, change rein. Yes. Yes. Good. Lengthening the stride very nicely. Very good. Yes. And then at C, sit the trot and stay on the 20-meter circle here. Yes, good. Right elbow back, good. And then on the circle, the shoulder in. You notice how he changed his stride into a bigger suspension when you asked for the shoulder in. That we want, because that was inhibited in the stride, and now it's much better. And next time you are at C, depart the left lead canter. A little slower trot, balance. Yes. Yes. Good. And leaning back to trot, rising trot. Lean back, yes, well done. What I like best is that you got the trot from the seat. His canter, I could predict that, but his canter is rapid and not balanced, because he is not cantering from the joints, but he is cantering from his kinetic energy. He lunges forward, and he lets the forehand pull him forward. It's kind of he goes by his body weight and not because he uses his haunches. So now collect and sit the trot, and next time, not now, but next time, when you get to C, we canter again, but my whole point is that we will only canter 4 steps. So you canter, and right away ask with your seat to break it back to the trot. So we just have the most brief, just the departure, and right away a lovely trot. Okay, canter, 1, 2, 3, 4, I love it. This is homework too. You can rise the trot if you find it easier to control the tempo. Very nice. Okay, sitting, and then 4 steps only. Ask, and then back to trot. Ask again. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. You are teaching him to stay on the joints and not to throw his body. Yes, was very nice. Change rein. And then, when you completed the circle right at C, but you remember we want this direction, we want a straighter neck. Okay, so here at C, we are going to the 4 steps of canter, and then we get him back into the trot. Yes, a little straighter neck. Yes, that's okay. And the left leg, Both legs close, but the left leg back. Good. 2, 3, 4, trot. Well done. Of course, this is the direction where he's going to be more resistant because of that crookedness. But if you keep the neck straight and the right rein is light, he's going to enjoy it. Now canter again. 4 steps. Left leg back, 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I love it. That was very nice. And yes, and one more time, but first slow down and straighten the neck a little more on the outside rein. Yes, 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 well done. Now that was wonderful. Yes, that was very good. We do one more time, and on the next one, you are permitted to canter one whole circle because you deserve it. 1, 2, 3, the whole circle. Seated and behave. Well done. Well done. Yes. Yes, and trot, and well done. Yeah. Yes. And lengthen both reins 1 inch. Super. And gradually to the walk and finish. You did a very good ride, but again, clinics are the enemies of academic riding, because what happened at the walk happened other times in the trot to a lesser degree. Rein commanding him. It's a mistake, it's not correct. And it would take a longer course to get you to have, because it's really a substitute response. You wouldn't respond with the reins if you had the tools with your seat and legs. But you want the resolution. You have to reach for something. You couldn't stop him at the fidgeting horse, so you figured you have to tell him somehow to stop being nothing. The rein is not the right instrument. So patience is the right instrument. You stop the horse and you stand until it might take 6 minutes. It might take 28 minutes. We don't know. I rode young stallions who would not understand the simple idea of stop. Stop. You have to stop and hold your position in a parade ground until the emperor comes. And the emperor is late today. And you have to stand there. And the sweat is pouring down your face. And the horse is, restless. It's a running animal. And guess what? He has to stand. And 3 hours later, the emperor rolls up in his gorgeous carriage, and the horse has to stand. But these good old days can be repeated today too. A horse has to understand that a horn is not a threat. But guess what? The rider starts to discipline him with the rein, chuck it right, chuck it left, pull it here, pull it there, back it up, do it here, do it there, turn it right, turn it left, spin it over. Guess what the horse is learning? Oh my God, if I ever stop, they attack me. Let's get moving. And then they take off, and then they say, you know what? I won't stop. Because when I stop, you jab me here and jab me there. So we always have to see the world from the horse's point of view, yes? I mean, from my point alone. Tell me if you want me to stand still. Leave me alone. I will figure it out. Yeah? So, I hope that you will spend some time at home and where there's not so much stimulus and yelling and stuff, that you spend some time, you just quietly come to a stop, like you wanted to give him a little water out of a bucket, and just let him stand up. The horse doesn't have to work all the time, okay? Because it shows that he is very nervous about something. And you remember how easy you overcame the spooking part. This is the only recipe. You don't show and tell. You don't put the horse's head on the spooks. You don't show it to him and enforce it. No, quite the opposite. Turn away from it, don't notice, push the tail in. And then the second time, the third time, he was bored. He was just feeling like he's going to fall asleep in a minute. Okay, good ride.